Hey class, this is Katrina Berg. I wanted to go over some key points for you from week 2, especially covering your chapter 6 reading. This is actually not assigned, so this is an additional resource. I wanted to bring out some key points regarding the consumer. And that's what this chapter covers. Much of this you've probably already encountered in a prior marketing course. You've encountered as a consumer yourself, or you may even be in the marketing field and be very familiar with this. So let's talk about the consumer. It's a critical component that you as a marketing team, as a marketing manager, need to be able to understand. Why does that consumer purchase from you? Who is that consumer? What are their habits? What are their lifestyles? What are their behaviors? What are their purchasing decisions? What impacts those decisions? Culture, social, can impact your decision-making process. There are internal and external factors that are going to impact your decision-making process as a consumer. You as a company also not only need to be aware of the lifestyles and habits, but how can you make things easier for your consumer? This is where the value question comes up. If you understand that your consumer has very little time to purchase, how do you make it easier for them to get your product? Amazon Prime is an example that comes to mind. One of the reasons I shop there is because I can get that product delivered to my door. I don't have to take the time to go and shop for it. It's at my door. If there's a problem, I can return it. So that's desirable to me, and that's how one of the reasons I buy into Prime for that complimentary shipping. Understanding how your consumer changes is also important. So your consumer is going to change throughout their lives. You as a product, are you going to change with them? Or is there going to be a period where the consumer sort of ages out from the need? Laundry detergent comes to mind. There's always a need for laundry detergent, but at certain periods in your life, for example, maybe when you have kids, young children, you're going to be using a lot more detergent than you would if you were by yourself and on your own. So there's an opportunity for maybe 2-for-1 promotions, such simple things that you need to be thinking about of how to connect with your consumer. Another campaign that comes to mind is the Subaru campaign. If you've seen the Subaru car ad, you'll see how the car stays with the family throughout the different events in their life, from the child being born in the car seat to maybe going to a birthday party to heading off to college in that same vehicle that the individual has grown up in. I believe it's a girl in the ads. In any case, I think Subaru does a phenomenal job of being able to tell the story in that vehicle, that brand stays with the family. It keeps the family safe. So again, telling a story, understanding what's happening in the consumer's lives is important. You need to be able to identify your consumer and tell that story about them and share that story with them so they understand your brand and your importance. Let's move on to B2B and B2C. And we've covered B2C, business to consumer. Let's talk business to business. So examples of business to business where you as a marketer would be selling to other businesses might be government, manufacturing, a reseller, or institution. So your marketing strategy is going to be different. Your relationship is going to be different. And that's due to complexity, that's due to size, that's due to demand. Your volume probably isn't going to be as great. Your lead up time and your investment in this contract or in the transaction is probably going to be greater. The amount of money spent is probably going to be greater, but profit potential might be greater as well. Your supply chain will probably be very different. So again, B2B is a very different message that you're getting out through marketing and relationship building than it would be through business to consumer. So that's it for a short brief summary. Let me know if you have any questions at all. Thanks, class.